night they meet me when the city's fast asleep, whispering old memories that my heart was meant to keep. They remind me of the failures, every promise left undone, every race I thought I'd lost before it had begun. They tell me I was foolish just to dream beyond my place, that every road I've traveled ends in one more empty space. But I've learned that fear grows louder when you're standing near the light, so I answer every whisper simply by surviving one more night. I have shaken hands with sorrow, shared a table with regret, paid the cost of chasing dreams that I haven't reached just yet. I've watched hope become a stranger and return without a sound, like a soldier finding home after years on hostile ground. Every wound became a lesson written deep beneath my skin, teaching me that every ending is where stronger men begin. So I stopped believing every lie that echoed through my head and started trusting quiet faith instead. They speak with voices full of doubt. They tell me I should turn around, but every step I choose to take leaves another demon buried in the ground. These are my conversations with my demons. Every midnight, every lonely hour, they try to steal the little hope I've gathered, but they only show me where I find my power. I don't run from the darkness anymore. I walk through it with fire in my soul, because every battle fought inside my heart has slowly made a broken spirit whole. There were nights I nearly listened when they told me I should quit, that the mountain was too high and I wasn't built for it. They painted pictures of a future where my name would disappear, trying to make surrender seem much easier than fear. But every sunrise proved them wrong before they spoke again, as another day reminded me how far I'd already been. I realized that courage isn't living without pain. It's waking up tomorrow knowing hurt may come again. It's choosing hope above the doubt that waits behind each door, believing every step ahead is worth 1,000 more. The strongest kings are not the ones who never lose their way. They're the ones who keep on walking even on their darkest day. One voice said,
You'll never become enough.
another answered.
Then become better than yesterday.
One voice said,
No one believes in you.
another whispered.
Keep building until they have no choice.
One voice promised comfort, the other promised growth. I chose the harder voice, and it changed everything. These are my conversations with my demons. They still appear when silence fills the air, but they no longer wear the crown they once imagined, because I've learned that fear was never meant to rule me there. Every scar became a sentence in the story of my life. Every loss became a reason I survived another fight. The darkness still remembers me, but it no longer knows my name, because the man who once was frightened walked into the fire and walked back out unchecked. If my demons ever speak again, they'll find a different man waiting. Not because the battles disappeared, voices trying to defeat me. I learned to wear a smile that never told the truth, to hide the weight of every battle underneath the suit. The world believed that I was strong because I stood so tall, but no one ever heard the silent echoes through these walls. I carried dreams that felt much heavier than they appeared, collected every broken promise, every doubt, every fear. Each sunrise asked another question I could never leave behind. Will you keep walking through the fire or surrender to the night? They only saw the victories that finally reached the light. They never saw the lonely roads I traveled every night. They never counted sleepless hours spent rebuilding what had burned, or every painful lesson that success had made me learn. There were moments I was ready just to leave it all behind, yet something deep inside my soul refused to change my mind. So I stood up once again, although my strength was running thin, because the greatest wars are always fought beneath the skin. The loudest battles leave no smoke, no broken streets, no shattered homes. They leave invisible scars upon the heart and teach a man to fight alone. This was the war nobody saw, no marching bands, no grand applause, just faith that whispered, don't give in, when every voice was telling me I'd never win. Every scar became a reason, every loss became a guide, every tear became a river that carried me through darker tides. If they admire the crown I wear, they should remember where it grew. It wasn't forged beneath bright lights, it was born inside the battles no one knew. There were friends who slowly faded like the colors in the rain, leaving empty chairs and memories that still pronounce the names. There were doors that never opened, no matter how I knocked, and dreams that waited patiently behind 1,000 locks. I watched the seasons come and go, while hoping things would change, learning every mountain only moves through endless days. I stopped asking life for mercy, stopped begging fate to understand. Instead I built my future slowly with determined weathered hands. The nights became my classroom, the silence my closest friend. Failure taught me discipline, and discipline refused to end. Sometimes I looked into the mirror and barely knew the face I found, not because I'd lost myself, but because pain had changed me now. The innocent boy had disappeared, the fearless man had taken form. Not fearless because danger left, but because he lived through every storm. I realized that courage isn't loud, it rarely needs to prove its name. It simply wakes before the sun and chooses hope instead of shame. It keeps its promises in private, it works when no one's watching near. It builds tomorrow from the ashes of another difficult year. Maybe that's the price of growing. You lose the comfort of easy answers. You lose the people who only love the easy version of you. You lose the life that could have been, so you can become the man you were meant to be. The road was never smooth, the night were never short, the burden was never light. But every painful mile added another layer of strength that no one could ever take away. This was the war nobody saw. The nights I questioned everything, the mornings I chose to rise anyway. The dreams that survived because I refused to bury them. I was shaped by rejection, refined by hardship, strengthened by silence. While the world waited to celebrate the ending, I was still writing the story. And if one day they ask how I became this man, tell them it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent alone. It was thousands of unseen choices, countless silent prayers, and a heart that kept believing, even when no one else did. When history remembers my name, don't remember the moments when I stood at the top. Remember the nights when nobody believed, the days when giving up seemed easier than moving forward, and the silent battles that built the man standing here today. Because every crown has a story. Mine began with a war that nobody ever saw. They only noticed me the day the skyline knew my name. They never saw the empty room where every dream first came. They never heard the restless nights that echoed through these walls, or watched me gather broken pieces every time I fall. I built my hope with tired hands when faith was wearing thin, and every closed door taught my heart another way to win. While others chased the easy road, I chose the harder climb, believing every sacrifice would make its mark in time. The world believes that greatness comes the moment you arrive, but greatness grows in silence where determination survives. It's written in the lonely hours when no one else remains, and choosing one more step ahead despite the fear and pain. Every dream I carried felt much heavier than gold, because the price of becoming strong is giving up the old. I buried comfort in the ground and watered it with tears, until the roots of discipline outlived my deepest fears. No camera saw the work begin, no audience filled the room, only the sound of quiet faith refusing to accept defeat too soon. Everything I am today was built behind closed doors. Every victory you celebrate was born from countless unseen wars. Brick by brick and day by day, I laid the foundation deep. While the world was fast asleep, I made the promises I keep. Don't mistake this calm for comfort, don't mistake this smile for ease. Every wall I built was raised against the storms that tried to bring me to my knees. There were mornings when the mirror asked if I was strong enough, when every breath reminded me that growing would be tough. I questioned every choice I made, every road I'd ever crossed, wondering if the dreams I held were worth the things I'd lost. But every scar became a map leading somewhere I should go, and every wind had taught my heart that patient seeds must know. The loudest voices often laughed before they walked away, certain I would disappear before another day. They never knew rejection only sharpened my resolve, turning every painful chapter into problems I could solve. I no one else could understand. When all I had was faith itself and calluses on my hands. The nights grew cold, the road grew long, the future looked unclear. But every mile reminded me that courage conquers fear. I learned that patience has a voice that only silence hears, and wisdom often grows from years of overcoming tears. The walls I built were never meant to keep the whole world out. They were built to guard the dream against uncertainty and doubt. Every promise kept in private made my spirit stand more tall, until I realized the strongest men don't fear another fall, because they've climbed from rock bottom with nothing but belief, and found a kind of confidence no one can ever thief. One day, they'll ask where all this strength was hiding. Tell them it lived inside the failures, inside the setbacks. Inside every night I chose discipline instead of comfort. Inside every moment I refused to quit, even when nobody would have blamed me if I did. Everything I am today was built behind closed doors, long before the lights appeared, long before the praise and awards. Every lonely sacrifice, every prayer whispered alone, every lesson carved in pain became another cornerstone. So if you ever see me standing where I once dreamed I could be, remember this was never luck. It was the quiet work of years, the unseen battles of belief, and the determination to keep building when no one else could see. The tallest towers stand because their foundations reach the deepest ground. The strongest hearts endure because they learn to beat through disappointment. If my story leaves behind one lesson, let it be this: the world celebrates what rises above the surface, but destiny is always built behind closed doors. Every scar upon my soul has got a story left to tell, a quiet reminder of the days I knew too well. Some were carved by broken trust, some by dreams that slipped away, some by standing all alone when no one chose to stay. I used to hide the evidence beneath a careful smile, pretending I was fearless while I walked another mile. But time revealed the truth that only wounded hearts can claim. The deepest scars are never there to fill us up with shame. I remember every sleepless night that slowly turned to dawn, every prayer I whispered after all my hope had gone. I begged for life to change before it changed the man in me. Not knowing every painful step was setting my heart free. The road was long, the sky was dark, the finish out of sight. Yet something kept on pulling me beyond another night. It wasn't luck or destiny that carried me this far. It was the courage born inside each unseen battle scar. Pain wrote its name across my heart, but it never owned my soul. It broke the boy I used to be, so a stronger man could grow. Every scar earned its name, every wound became a lost, because without the darkest days I never find my brighter ways. These scars don't speak of my defeat, they tell the story of survival. Every mark is proof that I stood tall when life demanded my arrival. There were seasons when the silence felt much colder than the rain, when every breath reminded me of everything I'd gained and lost again. I watched familiar faces slowly vanish from my sight, leaving empty conversations and memories to hide. The promises we built together faded into dust, teaching me that not every heart deserves your deepest trust. So I stopped looking backward at the bridges set on fire and turned my eyes toward the road that carried me much higher. I learned that strength is never born inside a life of ease. It goes beneath the pressure that brings ordinary men to their knees. The mountains never asked me if I wanted them to rise, they simply stood before me with their unforgiving height. So I climbed with bleeding hands and hope inside my chest, knowing every painful step would lead me to my best. If these scars could speak, they wouldn't tell stories of failure, they would tell stories of survival, of choosing faith over fear, of standing back up when staying down would have been easier. They are not reminders of what I lost, they are proof of everything I refuse to lose. Every scar earned its name, none of them were born in vain. Every heartbreak shaped my soul, every setback made me whole. Now I wear them without fear, like medals no one else can see, because the strongest part of who I am was never what the world believed. It was built in quiet places, through tears no one remembered, through battles no one witnessed, and through a heart that never stopped believing. One day the mirror will reflect an older man. His hair may fade, his hands may shake, but the scars he carries will still remind him that every painful chapter was another reason he never gave up. They mistook my silence for surrender, never knowing it was strength disguised. I learned that every careless answer only feeds the fire in jealous eyes. So I let the noise become the background, while I kept my focus on the road. I carried dreams too heavy for their shoulders, so I chose to bear the weight alone. There were words I wanted so badly to speak, truths that could have settled every score. But wisdom taught me some victories are greater when you simply walk away from war. The loudest man is rarely the strongest. The proudest tree breaks first in the wind. So I build my character in quiet places, letting discipline become my closest friend. Every sleepless night, every silent prayer, every hidden wound was another weight to bear. Still I stood, still I walked, still I carried on. This is the weight of a gentleman's silence, holding the storm while the world sees calm, smiling through the pressure, never asking for mercy, finding peace where others only find alarm. I don't need the world to understand me, or applause to tell me who I am, because the strongest promises I've ever made were the ones I kept without a single hand. I've watched friendships fade like winter sunsets, promises disappear into the night. People only love you while you're useful, until ambition takes a different flight. But I refuse to let betrayal change me, or bitterness become the air I breathe. A gentleman protects his heart with wisdom, not revenge hidden underneath. I know the price of lonely mornings, when the mirror asks if it's enough, when every dream feels just beyond your reach, and every mountain suddenly gets rough. Yet every sunrise carries fresh beginnings, another chance to rise above the pain, because a man who masters his own spirit will never truly lose again. Silence taught me patience, patience taught me discipline, discipline taught me consistency, consistency built a man that pain could no longer control. I stopped chasing approval, I started chasing purpose, and somewhere along the way, the silence became my greatest strength. This is the way of a gentleman's silence, a burden only strong hearts understand. Choosing dignity above revenge, keeping faith when life doesn't go as planned. Every scar became a quiet reminder, every tear became another stream, leading me toward the man I was destined to become. One unseen battle, one forgotten dream. So if you wonder why I rarely speak, it's because my actions tell my story best. The loudest legends disappear with time, but the quiet ones I remembered the longest. A true gentleman doesn't announce his strength, he carries it. He doesn't demand respect, he earns it. And when the world finally notices, it will never know how much that silence weighed. I learned to wear a smile that never told the truth, to hide the weight of every battle underneath this suit. The world believed that I was strong because I stood so tall, but no one ever heard the silent echoes through these walls. I carried dreams that felt much heavier than they appeared. disappeared. Collected every broken promise, every doubt, every fear. Each sunrise asked another question I could never leave behind. Will you keep walking through the fire or surrender to the night? They only saw the victories that finally reached the light. They never saw the lonely roads I traveled every night. They never counted sleepless hours spent rebuilding what had burned, or every painful lesson that success had made me learn. There were moments I was ready just to leave it all behind, yet something deep inside my soul refused to change my mind. So I stood up once again, although my strength was running thin, because the greatest wars are always fought beneath the skin. The loudest battles leave no smoke, no broken streets, no shattered homes. They leave invisible scars upon the heart and teach a man to fight alone. This was the war nobody saw. No marching bands, no grand applause, just faith that whispered, don't give in, when every voice was telling me I'd never win. Every scar became a reason, every loss became a guide, every tear became a river that carried me through darker tides. If they admire the crown I wear, they should remember where it grew. It wasn't forged beneath bright lights, it was born inside the battles no one knew. There were friends who slowly faded like the colors in the rain, leaving empty chairs and memories that still pronounce the names. There were doors that never opened, no matter how I knocked, and dreams that waited patiently behind 1,000 locks. I watched the seasons come and go, I hoping things would change, learning every mountain only moves through endless days. I stopped asking life for mercy, stopped begging fate to understand. Instead I built my future slowly with determined weathered hands. The nights became my classroom, the silence my closest friend. Failure taught me discipline, and discipline refused to end. Sometimes I looked into the mirror and barely knew the face I found. Not because I had lost myself, but because pain had changed me now. The innocent boy had disappeared, the fearless man had taken form. Not fearless because danger left, but because he'd lived through every storm. I realized that courage isn't loud, it rarely needs to prove its name. It simply wakes before the sun and chooses hope instead of shame. It keeps its promises in private, it works when no one's watching near. It builds tomorrow from the ashes of another difficult year. Maybe that's the price of growing. You lose the comfort of easy answers. You lose the people who only love the easy version of you. You lose the life that could have been, so you can become the man you were meant to be. The road was never smooth, the nights were never short, the burden was never light, but every painful mile added another layer of strength that no one could ever take away. This was the war nobody saw, the nights I questioned everything, the mornings I chose to rise anyway, the dreams that survived because I refused to bury them. I was shaped by rejection, refined by hardship, strengthened by silence. While the world waited to celebrate the ending, I was still writing the story. And if one day they ask how I became this man, tell them it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent alone, it was thousands of unseen choices, countless silent prayers, and a heart that kept believing even when no one else did. When history remembers my name, don't remember the moments when I stood at the top. Remember the nights when nobody believed, the days when giving up seemed easier than moving forward, and the silent battles that built the man standing here today. Because every crown has a story. Mine began with the war that nobody ever saw, that nobody ever saw. Every night they meet me when the city's fast asleep, whispering old memories that my heart was meant to keep. They remind me of the failures, every promise left undone, every race I thought I'd lost before it had begun. They tell me I was foolish just to dream beyond my place, that every road I've traveled ends in one more empty space. But I've learned that fear grows louder when you're standing near the light. So I answer every whisper simply by surviving one more night. Shaking hands with sorrow, shared a table with regret, paid the cost of chasing dreams that I haven't reached just yet. I've watched hope become a stranger and return without a sound, like a soldier finding home after years on hostile ground. Every wound became a lesson written deep beneath my skin, teaching me that every ending is where stronger men begin. So I stopped believing every lie that echoed through my head and started trusting quiet faith instead. They speak with voices full of doubt. They tell me I should turn around, but every step I choose to take leaves another demon buried in the ground. These are my conversations with my demons. Every midnight, every lonely hour, they try to steal the little hope I've gathered, but they only show me where I find my power. I don't run from the darkness anymore. I walk through it with fire in my soul, because every battle fought inside my heart has slowly made a broken spirit whole. There were nights I nearly listened when they told me I should quit, that the mountain was too high and I wasn't built for it. They painted pictures of a future where my name would disappear, trying to make surrender seem much easier than fear. But every sunrise proved them wrong before they spoke again, as another day reminded me how far I'd already been. I realized that courage isn't living without pain. It's waking up tomorrow knowing hurt may come again. It's choosing hope above the doubt that waits behind each door, believing every step ahead is worth 1,000 more. The strongest kings are not the ones who never lose their way. They're the ones who keep on walking even on their darkest day. One voice said,
You'll never become enough.
Another answered,
Then become better than yesterday.
One voice said,
No one believes in you.
Another whispered,
Keep building until they have no choice.
One voice promised comfort.
The other promised growth.
I chose the harder voice,
and it changed everything.
These are my conversations with my demons. They still appear when silence fills the air, but they no longer wear the crown they once imagined, because I've learned that fear was never meant to rule me. Every scar became a sentence in the story of my life. Every loss became a reason I survived another fire. The darkness still remembers me, but it no longer knows my name. Because the man who once was frightened walked into the fire and walked back out unchained. If my demons ever speak again, they'll find a different man waiting. Not because the battles disappeared, but because I finally became stronger than the voices trying to defeat me.